Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Dirty Little Secrets Club. We are your hosts.
I'm Dayna Pereira.
And this is Brimstone. It's going to be another epic episode after I apologize to my darling co-host for being so late today. And she's so mad at me and I feel awful. What do you call it?
I'm not mad. I'm not
just disappointed.
Mad.
That's even worse.
I'm just disappointed. No. You know what it is I have this thing with like time because I'm so aware that everybody else has a schedule. I'm always like, oh shit, I got to like text people. But it's okay. Things happen. I get it.
It sucks because I am awful. I'm usually very good on time, but what do you call it? Then I'm like, if I'm running late, I'll always let you know or whatever. And this time I got cornered. Walking into my building by the landlord.
Blame that guy.
Yeah.
Tell him to expect a strongly worded email from Dayna Pereira.
There you go. I feel so bad. But you know what's been going on, and there's still no excuse for it. And then it takes forever to turn everything on. But what do you call it? We've been waiting for the last year and a half for the plumbers to fix the stuff in my studio. What do you call it here at the Grindhouse Radio? So what do you call it? I can't let them into work while I'm doing shows like this one or GHR.
Right. Yeah.
And what do you call it? And at the end of the day, I'm not going to let them be in here by themselves because there's, a lot of equipment and collectibles and things like that. So, they're not going to be in here by themselves. Mm-hmm. So what do you call it? It's been a back and forth. And every time I sit and wait for them, they don't show up. So it's been, it's been frustrating.
That has been, yes, an ordeal in itself. But you know what? How was your birthday? Let's talk about that. Did you have a good birthday?
Yeah, my birthday was good. We talked about it last week, didn't we?
Well, we talked about you having a birthday, but now you've had the birthdays.
Okay. My birthday was good. What do you call it? Thank you for the gift. You guys are sweet as hell.
Oh, you're welcome.
What do you call it? That's very, very sweet of you. And what do you call it? What's really funny? So they got me. So Dayna and Joe got me a massage. What do you call it? I being that we do Dirty Little Secrets Club, I figured that it would be a rub and tug place. But I'm just kidding.
They didn't offer the happy ending. Damn it! I paid extra for that.
Just kidding. But I had to go there as a joke for the show. But no, everything was good. What do you call it? We wound up going to one of my favorite places in the morning. We went to Toast for breakfast, and and then after that, we went over to my friends over at Simplay, and then they put us in a private suite, and we just had a blast. It's like
nice.
One of those virtual reality spots where you can go in, you play like football or baseball or golf or any of that stuff, and zombie not volleyball, zombie dodgeball, like so. Cool. Lots of really cool stuff. And so we went in there and it was just great. I just enjoyed being with the family and kind of chilling for a bit. And then I came back and I came back and I did the show. I did Grindhouse, and then I went home. I got cake and my cake was melting. I was so upset because I look forward to my like Fudgy the Whale. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with Fudgy the Whale?
I'm not familiar. Well, I've heard of Fudgy the Whale, probably
and
from
Cookie
you
Puss.
though, I think.
Have you heard of Cookie Puss?
No, what is Cookie Puss? Cookie Puss?
Yes. Okay. So do you? It's not a dirty thing, Dayna.
It sounds
dirty. Don't you have Carvel by you? Don't you?
Well, we're like DQ here.
Okay. So Carvel has like a couple of cakes that like are very well known, and what do you call it? It's Fudgy the Whale is one of them, and Cookie Puss is the other one. They've been around for years. And what do you call it? The reason why it's called Cookie Puss has got, what do you call it? Like cookie flying saucer things, on the face. And it's, look it up. You got a computer. Look it up. Look up Cookie Puss.
I'm afraid what will come up in my search history if I look up Cookie Puss.
Putting Carvel and Cookie Puss. It's so you've got that, and then you got Fudgy the Whale.
Oh yeah,
and
oh wow,
yeah.
okay.
It's stupid looking, but I like Fudgy the Whale because I like the fudge You know what I mean? I like the fudge and the, the cookie crumble and stuff like that. So, that's just basically, the way I roll and on my birthday. That's what I like.
So is this an ice cream cake? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
Oh, I
They
love
didn't
it.
have any. They didn't have any available, and the only ice cream cake that they had was like one of the regular plain flat ones. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess they, so Danielle got the plain flat one, and but it was so hot here, and we don't have central air, so it was so hot that the cake was melting, and
Oh
just like
yeah.
it was like. We were just trying to figure everything out. And what do you call it? I got it, and she's like, I'm so sorry. It was
Yeah.
melting. I was like,
You
it's
just
okay.
stick your head in the freezer to
It's
eat it.
okay. I should have. But then to be not to be gross, but like the next day, what do you call it? All my poop came out green. I don't
Oh,
know
from the food
why.
coloring.
Probably from the food coloring. You
Yeah.
know, I don't. It's weird, and it still was coming out like that. I think yesterday too. So
Ah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But because I ate again the other day,
Yeah.
I
Well,
got
so
more of the cake.
it's my children are about to have birthdays, and every the two teenagers, they
Yeah.
turn 16 and 17 within 5 days of each other. And
Like,
they both really like the Dairy Queen ice cream cake. So I always end up getting two Dairy Queen ice cream cakes within
uh-huh.
5 days of each other. So it's like a solid 2 weeks of me just shoving delicious ice cream cake down my face hole.
There you go.
Mm.
Listen, it could be worse. You could be shoving other things in your face hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but ice cream is not bad unless you're lactose intolerant. Then it's going to be coming out your other hole. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and again, it's better that hole than other holes. You know what I mean? Like, it
Luckily,
could be that
luckily
time of the
I'm
month.
not
There you
lactose
go.
intolerant.
So now the worst case scenario is if you're lactose intolerant, have a ton of ice cream cake and are visiting Aunt Flo at the same time, and everything's
Ugh.
going all at once. And then if you have a cold and you have a drippy nose, can you imagine
Just
maybe an
leaking
ear
from
infection
every
too?
orifice.
Yeah, an ear infection, and like the stuff's coming out of the ears, and you're crying, so things are coming out of everywhere. How disgusting is that? I don't know where that just came from, but I'm just going with it.
Yeah, whoever's listening to this on their Tuesday morning. Way to kick it off.
Hey, what do you want me to tell you? You know what I'm saying? It was
Leaky
anyway.
orifices. We're doing
Leaky orifices. At least you're smiling now. You're not yelling at me. I'm okay.
I can't stay mad forever. Okay.
Okay. Good. I am so sorry. I'm still so sorry. What do you call it? So do you wanna kick this off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our first dirty little secret of the day is TSA searched and confiscated my lube in front of a bunch of people and my boyfriend's parents. I told them it was aloe, and they were like, "Oh, honey, no need to be embarrassed about that. LOL, little did they know. ...
Oh boy. Oh boy. It's like listen, I gotta believe that if the parents were seeing it happen, that it wasn't mom's first rodeo or dad's, and I'm sure that they knew exactly what it was, unless it was in some kind of a different packaging. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, that's a possibility. But listen, don't you read the TSA rules before you go? It's
Thank
nothing
you.
more than 3 ounces.
Yeah.
So if you or 2.5 ounces. So you need to be careful before. I take stuff and I purposely put them into the smaller things and just have them ready to go just so I have them. Because I
Yes.
travel so much. Like,
It
geez, man.
it blows my mind whenever I'm walking through the security line and people are getting angry when TSA is throwing out their bottles of perfume or whatever else. I'm like, these aren't brand new rules. This has been going on for 22 years or whatever, like it's been
Like take a small bottle or a bottle that's half full. You know what I mean? Like that's what you take with you, or because and still, most of the time, perfume and cologne, they usually won't take that from you, but there are some agents and people that are just a-holes and they don't care, and they're
I've
pissed at being
watched
there at
them.
4 a.m,
Uh-huh.
and they're just like pink and you're done,
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
I argued with uh so there was this one time when
Did
we
you
were heading
go
out to
all
San
Karen
Diego.
on TSA?
No, I went all Brimstone on TSA. That's worse than Karen. Um, I never do that. Like, do you know who I am thing? I don't do that stuff, And
Uh,
what do you call? Although I've been tempted sometimes and realize I'm not a Karen. I shouldn't be. What do you call it? And I'm not that kind of guy. But what do you call it? I was flying to San Diego. We were flying to
mm,
San Diego Comic Con, and what do you call it? We were coming in, and we're flying to LA, and out of LaGuardia, for some reason, like we had torrential downpours and everything was on hold. We sat in the airport probably about 5 hours, 6 hours waiting because you couldn't get out. Now, little
yeah.
did we know, all of our luggage was out on the tarmac getting destroyed. But that's neither here nor there. But we found that out later. But the point that I'm getting at is we wound up flying into Wisconsin. Now I know the Wisconsin airport, and it's a smaller airport. You know what I mean, in the areas that you're going to fly out of. But what do you call? So what we got in, it was they changed flights around, and the next flight out wasn't until whatever time in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you call it? We wound up sleeping in the terminal, right? We were sleeping in the terminal, just trying to catch some Z's and hang out,
Yeah.
whatever. And there's like six of us, all right? So what do you call it? We're just sitting in there and just vegging away. Then they come in and say, well, you guys have to leave this area. You have to exit, and then you'll have to come back in, after we're done cleaning. And I'm like, but we're here, we're waiting. Why do we have to? Well, you have to leave. So we had to leave out of that area, and then we'd have to go back like an hour or two later back through TSA. Okay.
Ah.
Now when we went, mind you, I was already pissed off because everything was running behind, and
Yeah.
it was not good. And what do you call? I promise this has an ending. What do you call it? That goes with the story. So what do you call it? So we went out. We went and we waited on the line to get back in through TSA because
Yeah.
at that point I didn't have my pre-check.
Uh-huh.
What do you call it? And when we got up there was an issue with all our tickets because we were supposed to have gotten on we they switched everything at
Oh.
LaGuardia and put us on a different flight. But the flight that we had was old, so everything was changed. They're like, well, these tickets are not valid. So, excuse me. Now, mind you, we were now our flight's getting ready to go. I
Yeah.
had to go all the way with all of my luggage that I had with me because I had my carry-ons. Everybody, because we couldn't just a couple of us go because you had
Yeah.
to get free to us. Had to go down all the way downstairs to the front of the airport to have them reissue tickets, which I wound up. I was like screaming at these people. It was awful. Like they're like, well, blah blah blah, and I'm like, your people made us leave. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
area, which
That's
they would have taken
frustrating.
care of it at the gate. You know what I mean? But you people made us leave the area. Now we're sitting on this lines and lines and this, and now there's more people down there. You know what I mean? And now we're gonna have to sit and wait some more. I said, this has been very ridiculous and inconvenient. You need to take care of this now. So they finally got it done.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, we're running late to get onto the plane. And
Uh,
we go through, and now, mind you, we were in the airport already. Okay. So one of my people spent $20 or $30 to get a thing of what do you call it? Cream and lotion to make
uh-huh.
sure that what do you call it? So he had for the rest of the trip. He wasn't going to take it on before, but he bought it
You
in
bought it
the
inside.
airport.
Yeah.
So we went on TSA. It's brand new. And they're like, oh, we can't take you. Oh, you got to confiscate. I said, no, you're not. And the
Yeah.
guy's like, I said, no, you're not. I said, after I just went through everything I went through, this is who I am. I said, you want to check me out? Go check me out. I said, there's no effing way. And I got in the guy's face. I said, arrest me if you want to, but I will fight on this hill for this stupid thing of cream that we bought in the
In-
airport that we should have
oh.
never had to come. And it wasn't me, it was one of my people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like, and the guy's like, it just spent like $30. It was more expensive in the airport,
Yeah.
but he
Of
was all
course.
dried out because we weren't supposed to be there. So I was like, after fighting, I'm like, would you like me to squirt some out to make sure it's under the 3 ounces? And I'm like, look, this is where here's the receipt. And what do you call it? They called the head guy over, and the guy, I'm like, I'm going to fight on this hill, and it's going to be an
Yeah.
issue. And the guy's like, no, we're cool. We saw you this morning, and we'll let you in. So he let us
Ooh.
through with it. But like, it's like, what'd you think we did? We didn't leave. You're the ones who made us leave, and we went down. So this TSA thing, I can understand in certain circumstances why there might be an issue going through with something if you bought it in there and had an issue.
Yeah.
But the point is we all knew ahead of time what you're
Yeah.
allowed to bring and what you're not allowed to bring. So none of us would have packed it going in. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
So I know that it was a long-winded story, but at least, it's a story. It was a fun story. And here it is. What do you call it? So Wisconsin airport, I freaking hate it now. So every time I have to go in there, I purposely try to switch flights so I don't have to go through Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't I dislike airports just because everybody seems to be upset all the time.
Cranky.
There's always.
Always.
Yeah, always cranky. Ugh.
Yeah.
So travel days are not my favorite days.
No, listen, I don't mind traveling. You know what I mean? For the most part, I'm not crazy about having to go, plane hopping. You know what I'm saying? I certainly don't, but I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I don't like the little, pond, jumpers, the pond skippers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those I'm not cool with, but if it's a good flight and if I'm on Southwest, I get 2 seats usually because I'm a bigger guy and I can do that there, and so it's comfortable. I'm not too bad. It's the people in before you get in. You know what made the difference? I'm going to tell you what made the difference right here. It was the TSA pre-check. TSA pre-check made all the difference because it actually was it's quick. You don't have to take your shoes off, don't have to take a belt off, my jewelry, anything. All I have to do is put my stuff in, walk through, they do a quick scan if they need to, and that's it. And I might look into getting clear is the one that you don't even have to do any of that. You just go bing right through.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, moral of the story, check the rules before you take your lube on vacation with you, with your boyfriend's parents.
Like, now here's another question, not to stay on this one, but like, why wouldn't you just buy it when you get there? You know what I'm saying? Are you banging when you're around the parents? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're doing the Mile High Club. Yeah, that's a possibility. It is a possibility. I don't know. Oh yeah. I guess, that's I would do it. I don't fit in the bathroom. Did you see the video I posted?
No.
I posted a video on on TikTok. My TikTok is abysmal, as we know, but I did a video. I was standing in the restroom, in the bathroom on the way back to New York. And I'm like this. I can't. I said, if I had to go to the bath, like I took a leak, but if I had to do anything other than that, and that was difficult to do.
Yeah.
There's no room. It's like a tiny little box. You are the size of my arm. So you would fit in there perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting here going, how? I'm like, do better airlines. Do better.
Yeah. Oh,
it was crazy. Anyway. So, all right. So should I move to the next one? It's Mile High Club. How the hell are people going to do the Mile High Club? And maybe that's why they make them so small.
Maybe.
So people can't, duke it out in the bathrooms. I don't know. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Thank you very much. I'm being very generous. I don't know what happened with those other 7 minutes, but they were there.
They were you trying to squeeze out of the bathroom?
Squeeze into it. Jeez. What do you call it? I had to stick Danielle in the toilet bowl in order to get anywhere. And then God forbid she could flush right out. Anyways, okay, so here's the next one. You ready? I told my boss that my camera needed to be off during Zoom meetings because of my slow internet. But really, I'm napping, jerking off, or scrolling the internet. Every damn Zoom meeting could have been an email. Wow. So you're popping off during freaking, is there at least a good looking woman that you're looking at while you're doing that? Or are you doing like, Pornhub on the side? Or I need to know.
I hope that you're doing like Pornhub on the side or something like that. And you're not like jerking off to your boss's voice. Like, oh my God, Excel spreadsheets.
And unless your boss looks like Jennifer Aniston in that Boss movie, the Bosses,
Horrible Bosses.
Yeah. Then that's a different story. Then, and honestly, for that movie, I don't even understand why he had a problem. Be like, hell yeah, Miss Aniston, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, You're
He
a
had a
woman.
problem because it was in the script.
Like in real life, are you kidding me? That's you wouldn't even say no to Miss Aniston. You'd be like,
Probably not.
"Oh, hello, Jen. I will gladly open my legs for you, my dear. Whatever you need. You need me to peg you? I'm good. I'm
yes,
good."
ma'am.
Notice we learned how to use the word pegging now. So
yeah, we've been schooled here on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
I guess. Oh my Lord. Like, but seriously, like, what are you doing? Like, what you know, like, are you're sitting there and you turn the camera off and you're like beating it to the really? And then what do they talk? And if you're sleeping, what do you do if they're talking to you?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you just like wait for your name? Or maybe it's just like presentation Zoom call that you don't have to interact with. I don't know. That's weird. All of these meetings probably could have been an email, though. Let's be honest.
Yes.
My kids have a back to school night tonight. And so I have to like go and sit in the classroom and hear. And I'm like, I know that this is all shit that you could have put in an email. I know it.
Yes.
There's no reason that I need to take time out of my afternoon to come and listen to you tell me everything that could have been written in an email.
But you know what's crazy? I say the same thing, and I'm okay going to it because, you know, but Danielle's like, we're going. I'm like, but why? It's like the same thing don't you care about your children? The guilt trip. I'm like,
yeah,
of course I care about my children. And of course I want to know what they're learning and how they're learning it and all this stuff. I'm like, but it's the same thing every year. And we've been through all these schools. This is our third runaround.
Yeah.
Third run.
Yes. Well, so back to school night is different than an open house, though. At an open house, I get it. You go, you see your kids work, you see their progress, all of that fun stuff. Fine. Yeah. Yes, I will show up for that. Back to school night is your teacher telling you what to expect in the school year.
Right. And you know it all.
I'm like, I don't know. I have 4 fucking kids. I don't need you to tell. Just email me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Email me.
Yeah. That's exactly. You know, or send it home in a note. You know what I mean? Or mail it. Email it, you know, text it. Do you get in California, do you get the calls?
Yes.
You get the calls? Okay.
Yep.
So, you know, just make one of your 50 calls that you make every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we'll be good. You know, like list it on there and I'll probably hang up on it anyway. Like, seriously?
You email me every week anyways. Just tell me what's going on that particular week. I don't need to know the whole school year at the beginning of the year. I'm good.
And here's the thing. You know, you have multiple kids just like I do.
Yeah.
So, you know, when they're all in school, now it's like, okay, well, now I have to do each one. It's not like you got one to deal with. You've got multiple. So it's like, okay. And then, oh my God, what the best ones, when they're all when 2 of them are on the same night and they're in different schools, right? They can't even coordinate. So now one has to go to one school and the other one goes to the other school. And then you have to compare notes at the end of the, you know. Meanwhile, you know, like, and Danielle gets so angry about things like that. Like, oh, why can't they do it? Because has to be. Listen, I love my wife. I'm just saying she's neurotic about that. You know, and she wants to know. And okay, that's good. You want to do that? You want to enjoy that? That's fine. But now I'm stuck doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back to school nights, we're all taking pictures in the school like this.
Yeah.
Got all those, you know, like, yeah, I'm sitting in the science class. Fuck you, science class. Yeah, the bad boys. Yeah, bad boys for life. You know what I'm saying? And then she's like, yeah. And then she's like, teacher comes and she's like, okay, well, you know, what are we learning today?
We're learning sign language.
All right. What do you call it? So, I mean, is that all we need to talk about on this one? I don't know. I think the next one's looking pretty.
We are confused on what you are doing and how you're doing it, sir. So write back in and let us know.
Yeah. And the only reason why we're calling you a sir is because you said jerking off instead of diddling yourself. So we're assuming you're a male. You know what I mean? A he, him. You know, could be a they, them, you know, but we don't know. So whatever pronouns you use, sir, ma'am, he, she, they, them.
I think you covered them all.
There. All right, let's do the next one.
This one says, I once got fucked in a porta potty. Looking back on it, it grosses me out, but I was really drunk and can't change the past. So I guess I'm the kind of girl that gets fucked in a porta potty.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh,
Send me
that's
your
so
number.
gross.
What? Who said that?
Oh.
Who said what? What? Yeah, see, you know what I don't understand? Okay, listen. Back in the day when I was younger, I absolutely used to get, it
Used to
on
fuck people
in
in porta
not in
potties.
porta potties, but in like the friendlies bathroom or,
Oh,
like in different fast food places that had the lockable doors, you know what I'm
uh-huh.
saying? Maybe even at a gas station here and there. Listen, I'm not proud of it, but I did it. But here it is. Here's the difference. I'm going to tell you what the difference is. If you're in a porta potty, there's no freaking lid on the toilet. So
Uh-uh.
and they're usually small. So one false step and you're
Mm-hmm.
in the blue goo. Like, why would you put yourself in that position? Meanwhile, can you smell it? And I
The
can't.
smell, like it's stuck into your memory. Like
Right.
anytime somebody says porta potty, you know exactly what the smell is. And that is not going to get me hot and bothered. That is
No.
going to make me want to pee. I have to like hold my breath every time I go into a porta potty. I like breathe into my sweater or whatever else I have
Right.
with me because it's so gross.
So nasty. Like, you don't listen. Nobody like willingly goes into a porta potty to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
Let alone get fucked.
Not alone getting banged. Exactly. Like, and at the end of the day, like she says she was really drunk. Okay. Okay. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Poor
you know,
decisions.
and how, like, yeah, very poor decisions. So I guess I guess she must have been standing and she put like one leg up on the where the potty area is and then just, took
One
it
leg in the urinal.
that's what I'm like, right? Like how I'm trying to think of how you maneuver in there. I mean, I figure it out, but like seriously?
Like
Okay.
just all of those, like think of how many people peed and shit in that porta potty before you opened your vagina in there. Like all of those poop particles and pee particles. I
No.
can't even wrap my head
No.
around it. It's can your
And do you
vagina get pink eye? Because it sounds like your vagina can get pink eye.
you just said a vagina got pink eye. I can't believe that just came out of your little mouth. Holy shit. You just said did your vagina get pink eye? Can you imagine? Oh my god. The crust and pus. Oh, what kind of medicine would they give to
Oh, oh.
That's so gross. No, it's nasty. I'm sorry. Like I don't. Okay, so when I judge a lot of the big like the brisket contests and the like the big rib contests and all that stuff, it's outdoors 90% of the time. You know what I mean? So they don't have regular bathrooms. They have porta potties. And as a judge, you're eating, and you're like trying all these things. So, and I always make the mistake of eating too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh,
I would too.
and I sit and bite the bullet and do not go into the restroom because there's no fucking way that I want to go into that and go to the bathroom. I don't want to pee in there. Nonetheless, I'll sit there and do the pee dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to take the chance of and I'll have my sunglasses on my head. I'm like, I got to take these off, put them somewhere safe so they don't fall off while I'm looking down. I put my rings. I'm like making sure they're tight on my fingers when I have to take a leak. But in no way, shape, or form am I taking a dump in there. Are you kidding me? I will leave wherever I am and go to a bathroom at a freaking gas station before I did it in one of those porta potties.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I can barely pee at Walmart, like you're not going to get me. I mean, if I have to go in a porta potty, then I have to go in a porta potty. There's, like whatever, but I will wait it out for as long as I possibly can until my eyes are floating in yellow before I will be going to porta potty.
And it's worse for you if you have to pee because you're a lady. So I mean, look, I'm sure you can finagle and do whatever, but like women normally sit when they go, so like,
and I'm a short lady. So squatting is even really hard because I have legs. They want to hit the back of the toilet because I'm short.
Oh God. See, you got to learn to go from the front and be like, wahoo! You know what I mean? Cowgirl the hell out of it. Ain't nobody looking anyway. You could pee all over the place. It's not gonna make a difference.
They would have no idea it was me.
No idea. I mean, now we do, but
right. Yeah.
Here's the secret, people. If not at the porta potties, because there's no secret to the porta potties. But if you're going into a Walmart or certain places, they have companion rooms, family rooms. Go in there. They're clean. They smell nice most of the time. And what do you call it? They're nice and they're big. They have their own sink and their own toilets and a lock on the door. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Go
That's
in
where you
there.
go to get fucked.
That's where you get. Well, yeah, you can do that too. I was thinking about going to the bathroom in peace. I wasn't even thinking about the banging. But
we've talked a lot about having sex in bathrooms today.
I know. How crazy is that? What do you call it? It's so weird. It's so weird. You know, come to think of it, man. Oh, I can't wait till the kids are older and I get to go to Disney with just the wife and I. Oh my goodness.
There
We
you
can
go.
go to
It's
the
a
family
small
room.
world after all.
Do it in Disney, man. I wonder how many people banged in Disney, you know, or
Oh,
Universal.
A gazillion.
You think
A
so?
gazillion.
I don't know. Have you ever done that?
No.
So how do you know a gazillion people are too busy sitting and doing all the rides and trying
There's
to like
got to
wait
be like
5
a
hours?
Reddit thread or something with people having sex on rides. Did we get sex on ride? Did somebody have sex on
No.
the? Yes, we did. We got oh, what was it? The Jack Sparrow ride, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Didn't somebody say that they had sex on that ride?
Maybe
I feel like that was one of our secrets.
that somebody sat on the other, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And they maneuvered because she was wearing a skirt or something.
Yes. I think that's what it was.
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Mm,
So it has to
maybe.
be like fairly common,
I
or at
don't
least
know.
not uncommon.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I just getting in and out of the thing myself, just being size wise and my knees, like it hurts just to sit in that position.
Yeah.
So I got, you know, in order to get in there and get it on, and they got cameras everywhere in there. Like,
Yeah.
you know, how do you not have that scene? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you got to be very, very careful, or you just don't give a damn, or you get escorted out. But you know, I don't know. It would be uncomfortable. I feel it would be uncomfortable.
Yeah,
And
for
you
sure.
know, like you know, even if it was like, I'm not insinuating Dana and I or anything. I'm saying if it was me is my size with a woman your size, you know what I mean? Like, I still can't see it would probably have to be two small people. Maybe it was two small people, like two people that are like tiny like you.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Joe, I think, would be too big for that. He's not heavy, but he's tall. He's 6'1", right?
Uh-huh.
So, you know, like sitting down, your knees are up and, you know, like, how do you know, it's difficult.
Yeah.
You know, like that. But that's what I'm trying to like get at is that I don't know how they did that, or how do we even get in this? How do we get onto this? We got
Porta
the
potties.
Disney
Porta
porta
potties.
potties. How
And
do we
then
get
we were
from porta
talking
potties
about-
to sex in Disney?
I don't know.
This show is fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get off Disney and fucking and back to the and let's get out of the porta potties because that
Yeah.
All right, what do you call it? I guess I'm the kind of girl that gets fucked at a porta potty.
Well,
Ouch.
yes,
Oh,
you
yeah,
are.
yeah.
At
Oh,
least
my
once. At least once.
Okay, wait. So is it my turn? Is that was
It
you?
is your turn, yeah.
Okay, here it is. I accidentally threw out my wife's ring that has been in the family for generations. She was cleaning it and left it on the kitchen counter in the paper towel, and I thought it was trash. I will take that to the grave. She thinks she just lost it and that it's probably in the house somewhere. She's always losing and finding things. Oh. You couldn't go out to the trash and see if it was still out there? Oh my God, that's a bad one. That's a bad one. Go to the dump, bro.
I remember, was it my somebody's teeth were in a paper towel.
The shit that comes out of your mouth sometimes, you know, somebody's teeth were in a paper towel. Like, I don't know where that came from, but I'm going with it. I'm here for it. Go ahead. All right.
It was somebody's grandma. I don't think it was my grandma. I think it was somebody else. Somebody's teeth, right? They took their teeth out. They put them in a paper towel. And I guess that's like a fairly common thing. Like, why do people put things that they have or need or are expensive or whatever in paper towels and then they cover it up and then it looks like trash?
No idea. No idea whatsoever.
My son used to do that with his retainer. and
That's
put it in a
crazy.
paper towel.
And then you lose it and you don't know where it is. And yeah.
I can't even fault this guy, honestly. Well, I'm assuming it's a guy, but I guess it could be a female as well. But anyways, I can't even fault you, person, because that don't put shit that you want in paper towels. It looks like trash.
Yeah. That's ouch. I mean,
Ugh.
well, it is what it is. I can't yeah, I can't I don't know.
And definitely take that to the grave. Would you tell your wife if you threw out a generations old ring on
Yeah.
accident?
Yeah.
You would
Yeah, I
tell her?
would.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I'd be taking that one to the grave with me.
You know what? There are other things that I wouldn't, I might not necessarily,
Yeah.
but I probably would anyway, but that's just me. But yeah, I would have to, because I wouldn't want even the hope on that. You know what I'm saying? Is
Yeah.
like, because then hope is going to turn to the worst feeling, because then it's an ongoing, you know what I mean? Like, if here, let me give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, if somebody is murdered, right? And it's an awful way to say it, but either way, somebody's murdered, it's never going to sit right with you if it was a family member or a friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is it easier knowing right away, or waiting 10 years and still never knowing? You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
you'd rather know what happened right away, or ASAP, so you can try to move on with the rest of your life, rather than sitting and thinking there's hope. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
again, maybe a murder is a little far of a stretch from a family heirloom, but a family heirloom, those are multiple generations of people who are now passed that you lost in that one ring. You see what I'm saying? So you see where I made the correlation.
Yeah.
I think that I would definitely say it, and say, how can we fix this? I would probably be prone to trying to, I would go to the trash, see if it was still there. And if I knew that it was in the last grouping of things that went out, then I would have probably called up the trash and said, where did you dump the last grouping, thing of trash, and try to
Oh,
find
Jesus Christ. If
something.
you can barely get me in a porta potty, I doubt you're getting me in a landfill.
Yeah, but think about that. I mean, if it meant that much to your, to Joe, you might,
Yeah.
or yourself, you know what I mean? You'd probably suck it up. It would suck awfully bad. Awfully
It
bad.
really depends, because if Joe put something that was valuable or important to him into a paper towel on the countertop, I would be resentful of him doing something so stupid that me unknowingly like got rid of this generations old, that I would be I think I would pass the buck on that one. I'd be so upset that he did something so stupid.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm with you on that. I understand. I mean, I'm just trying to, I would feel so awful personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd feel awful that I couldn't. That's a big lie. You know what I mean? That's a big lie. That's just, it's like, yeah. But, and I would say, hey, look, you left it here. I had no idea. I took it. I threw it in the trash. I was trying to be helpful. And
Yeah.
obviously it was not, because like right now, if there's crap in the house, if and if I will throw it out, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Or, because if I leave it, then it's like why is this trash here type of thing.
Uh-huh.
So, you know what I mean? So like, I would not even think about it, and I would take it and throw it out. But, I would assume that Danielle wouldn't be leaving anything. So yeah, whether you think it's partly her fault or his fault, or you know what I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. It's a
You
tough
know
one.
what? To be honest, I don't know what I would do unless I was in that situation. I like to think that I could admit pretty much anything to my husband, and,
Yeah.
I would be forgiven. But fuck, that is like super guilty feeling when you're like, oh shit, I did this thing, and it's generations of value to this family, and I just
Yeah.
took it and tossed it in the trash. That's rough. That is
And
rough.
and here's the bigger thing. If it was an expensive ring generations ago, the value on that ring now is
Yeah.
ridiculous, I'm assuming. Because
Oy.
remember, 10,000, even if it was a $10,000 ring, 100 years ago, you know what I'm saying? That, of course, it's not 100 years, but well,
Yeah.
generations,
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
could be.
Could
But
be
even
more
if
than that.
even if it was a $5,000 ring 100 years ago, which is an expensive ring now, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But think of that number now times 4, or 6.
Yeah.
So, that's it goes up. The value does go up. So, and the
Oof.
clarity, all about that stuff. I don't know about all that stuff. I'm not,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I just, I don't know. I don't
That
know.
is rough. That is rough.
Well, good luck on that.
Yeah.
you know,
He says he's taking it to the grave though, so
well, it's like the one
he
who ran
hasn't had to
over.
face anything yet.
It's like the one that ran over their cat. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The
that's
mother's cat.
right.
Remember? Like,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Jenkins never came home that night, and
He did
it still
not.
hasn't come home. And it's like, what do like,
And the
really?
mom is still like, why'd he run away?
Yeah. What I do? What I do? Why I do that? Okay,
Yeah.
so you're good. It's up to you.
Last one here says, people think I'm weird, but I eat the cupcake wrapper after the cupcake. It tastes really good, especially if you have some good bits of cupcake stuck to it.
First of all, sir, ma'am, you have a problem. Can I tell you a funny story?
Yeah.
A funny story. So my older daughter, Samantha, what do you call it? So she has on a couple of occasions, gone to eat the cupcake and didn't realize it and didn't take the bottom off
Yeah.
and ate the paper with the cupcake and was like, I didn't know there was paper on there, or she didn't realize that there was still on there. So it's not so far off. You know what I mean? That people have eaten the paper. I think it's hilarious and ridiculous, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But that I don't know. What's your take?
Well, you know what? I mean, people eat weird. My husband likes to eat the crunchy, like the tail of the shrimp. Do you eat that as well?
No. Are you
He
serious?
eats the crunchy tail of the shrimp. Yeah, he's like, it's like a chip, and he will eat like the whole thing. And
No, sir.
so people eat weird shit all the time.
No.
I once knew a person that would eat the lollipop thing, like they would eat lick the lollipop and then just eat the stick.
Why? Ew.
I think they were just trying to be different. Like, oh, that's the guy that eats the lollipop stick. I know it's weird, but people do weird shit all the time. Like I knew a girl that put ketchup in her cereal.
Why?
Because she wanted to be weird.
I would smack her. Are you kidding me?
People get attention for.
No, I would freaking smack them.
Are you looking for a little attention when you're eating this, or do you do this in private as well? Oh.
That's freaking wild. That's disgusting. Like, who in their right mind? Like, I'm gonna have some Frosted Flakes and pass me the Heinz. Thank you so much. Like, are you like?
I like that you said Heinz though, because that is the only acceptable ketchup. Is Heinz ketchup?
Of course, it is. We don't eat catsup here. You know what I mean? That's nasty. I hate when places get catsup. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm talking about? Like, no, it's ketchup. It's Heinz ketchup. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Please. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. What do you call it? I don't know. Do you do ketchup mayo? Do you do that?
I do. I love so funny story. And well, not funny, haha, but I was in Aruba and they make that sauce all the time with the ketchup and the mayo. And I'm dipping my fries in it. And I was eating and I was like, God, this is so good. What is it?
They sell it in the store.
And it's just ketchup and mayo mixed together. Delicious.
It's Russian dressing.
So
ketchup and mayo is Russian dressing, people. You know what I mean? And that's without the relish in it. What do you call it? If you have the relish in the Russian dressing, some people do, some people don't. But what do you call it? That's all it is. They actually have the ketchup mayo Heinz does in a bottle now. But here's the thing. I can't do it. I tried. It's not as good. I need to make it myself, and it has to be Hellman's mayo. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because if it's not Hellman's mayo, it doesn't taste the same. You've got to have Heinz ketchup, Hellman's mayo. You put them two babies together, and you're golden. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because there's a ratio, and I feel like they haven't quite nailed the ratio in the bottled stuff. There's a ratio of how you make it that it tastes good to you, and I don't think that the bottle has quite nailed it just yet.
Fair enough. I think that's about all the time we have. No, we went all over the planet on this one.
We really have.
I should be late more often. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. She's gonna stake me. What do you call it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry. What do you call it? Anyway, guys, listen, we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning into the Dirty Little Secrets Club. What do you call it? You want to tell them the only rule of Dirty Little Secrets Club?
Of course, you guys. The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Absolutely. Hit us up on all the social media. Make sure you rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars only. And listen, man, we'll see you guys next week. Stay slutty.
You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.